great to hear the noise from each of those different locations, Neve, getting that little insight into those spaces, into the support that these guys have. And so here they go now into the racing frame, and it's going to be over before we know it. The benefit, I guess, of these sprint relays is that they can push as hard as they can for a couple of 100 meters, and then just as they get tired, Neve, they're going to hop off and give it over to the next person.
They will. Now we're seeing very interesting strategies here from the different team members. Usually you would see one person rowing, one person waiting ready to get on, and two people holding the straps. But we actually saw one of the teams there, one person was holding both straps down, pretty much lying under the erg there. We'll see if they come back onto our screen there now shortly. But look at these, such young athletes racing at a world championships, 13, 14, 15 years old. A lot of responsibility on their shoulders, but it's great to see here the teamwork that is happening, the coaches that are around supporting them. In the lead at the moment, it is Bereznik of Ukraine leading it out here now. We're almost hitting that 1500 meter mark to go, so they've almost 500 meters done, and it looks like a lot of the crews are deciding to take the approach of changing every 250 meters. Of course, that's kind of standard what we would see in relay races across the world, but it is up to these teams when and how long they row for, when they change over, but a lot of them are taking that approach. I guess, Camilla, 250 meters, it's enough that you can or it's short enough that you can go pretty hard and without that kind of fatigue setting in.
Yeah, totally. It's about 30 strokes to there or thereabouts, so they'll be counting them down in their heads. Some great technique there from the Bereznik team in the bottom left-hand side of your picture. You can see very upright, very efficient, not wasting any sort of body movements around either side of the turn. That is lovely rowing to see there from this under-17s team. And I think the Bereznik team here from Ukraine that you're seeing, what a great transition there. Speed straight into the straps and jumping, leaping on to take those next strokes. A really experienced team. They're all 16 years of age, probably on average one of the older teams we have in this category. This Nezlamny team, also from Ukraine, a couple of 14-year-olds on board. Yaroslav Mestai and Yaroslav Dorpol of this team, just 14 years of age. So amazing to see them competing in this category, and great to see so much interest from the Ukrainian rowing team across the board here in these relay sprints. As we move around the rooms, some really high stroke ratings coming from the previous team there doing this, and also now from the Limassol Rowing Centre, who are right at the top of the leaderboard in Cyprus earlier on in this race. But as we come through halfway, they are having to climb once again, because they've fallen behind the Ukrainian team from Bereznik.
Yeah, you always see around those transition times that the speed kind of drops and positions change very much on the leaderboard, but as soon as they kind of get going again and pull those first few strokes, the change tends to happen on the leaderboard there again. Out in the lead though, Bereznik, as you said, their technique was brilliant, and it's really showing they've over 50 meters of a lead here now with 750 to go, so they're probably transitioning here now again. We saw the transition on screen there a little while ago, like they just jumped on that erg, feet were in stable, and that just having that one person lying underneath holding the straps, that's a new technique. We're seeing it there, the top left hand corner of your screen right now, that one person holding both straps. That's new, I've never come across that. Usually you'd have two people holding down the straps. But I competed in a relay event myself back in Paris 2020 at the World Indoor Rowing Championships. That was a mixed relay, and we decided to take that approach again that we spoke about, the 250 meters each. It just seemed to work for us, and I think that's, we'll probably see that approach across the board today in all the relay races that we have coming up. So no change in the lead here as they come into the final 400 meters or so. Limassol Rowing Centre then just holding on to second here. The crew from Poland then just about to overtake them, I would say, for second position. Look at the stroke right here from Limassol, 50 up in the 50s here. Big stroke rates here as they try to hold on to one of those podium positions.
Yeah, I did spot probably about 100 metres or so ago, the Bereznik team had a bit of a seat disaster, that they made one of those great transitions but just fell off the seat a couple of strokes in. It's not impacted them. They had enough of a buffer up there at the front of this field, but it would have disrupted their rhythm certainly. And here they are. Look at this, through the roof on stroke rating now. They're up at 56 strokes a minute coming in towards the line, and this is probably the last transition for them, so they'll be cheering on this final athlete to try and get them through the line, the final kind of 30 strokes or so, and every piece of effort now into getting them across that finish line. Here is the team in fifth at the moment, also from Ukraine. You can see there the weights holding down the rowing machine with the amount of power they're putting through it, not wanting to disrupt it and make it move around. But there we go, our winning team across the line. It will be the Buroviznik team, 30 seconds quicker than they qualified through in the heats. A brilliant job, and you can see what that means to them. Celebrations all around in Ukraine, and we'll have to wait here for another few teams to cross the line. It was indeed the team from Poland, 5:45, 15 seconds later for Uxmos Elk of Poland. Limassol Rowing Centre, the Cyprus team there, will take a podium in third place, and then the remaining of our teams, the other team from Ukraine, Neslamny, and also the three teams from the People's Republic of China, including the two teams from New Rowing, now entering the final 300 metres.